of mine, then harab, you have earned war with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does this mean over here then? This means that everything those allies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they say, will be pure and clean within the boundaries of Sharia. Whenever they look upon their murids or their students, these awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it will be Allah's mercy falling upon those students. Whenever the hand goes forth, it will only be towards the haqq, the truth, not the batil. When the leg goes forth, it will only be out in the way of Allah. Whenever they hear, it will only be goodness towards the deen. It means that they have come to that pinnacle of perfection, hence they have become awliya. And then if you take a stance against those individuals, then Allah Himself will have war against you. Allah Himself will have war against you. They don't say silly things like that I live inside the Kaaba and it is me inside the Rawda, the grave of the Prophet ﷺ, because I represent the Prophet. You know, wishy-washy silly stuff that is only befitting for Harry Potter should stay there. So, the deen is clear. The deen is simple. Laysa kamithlihi shay. Allah's creation cannot be compared to Him in any way whatsoever. So when you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remember what is ihsan. Who can remember in Hadith Jibreel, the third question? Brothers and sisters ain't been reading their notes. Hadith Jibreel, Shuraif, you remember?
No, fully, lately.
Remind yourselves of Hadith Jibreel before the next lesson. Read up upon it, Hadith Jibreel. It is available on the internet as well. Hadith Jibreel.
Sheikh Google.
Sheikh Google. Hafidhullah, may Allah protect him. Hadith Jibreel, the third question that was asked, Akhbirni ala al-ihsan. Tell me about ihsan. What did the Prophet ﷺ say in the meaning of what he said?
It's when you yearn to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you pray.
Allah does, you have to be in that situation where you can think that Allah's there, but because you can't see or have that presence in you, remember that Allah can see you.
Sahih. كَأَنَّكَ رَأَى. When you worship Allah, worship Him as if you see Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Though you do not see Him, know that Allah sees you. Know that Allah sees you. Sahih. So this part of Hadith Jibreel is ihsan, purification. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and up here also remember, it is the thought, the state that you put yourself in. When worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the state that you put yourself in is very important. The mental state that you put yourself in. Remember the statement of our master Sayyidina Ali, may Allah brighten his face and fill his grave with light.
Ameen.
In the meaning of what he said, that when you pray salah, pray as if this is the last salah you are praying. Worship Allah in such a way that it is your last salah. You never know when you're going to die. This may be your last salah for sure. So worship Allah in every salah in that state. Put yourself in that state. Though you do not see Allah, put yourself in that state that now there is nothing between me and my Lord and my Creator and my Sustainer. So how would you want to feel during that time? How would you want to feel during that time? Many people, it's so hard to get rid of worldly thoughts from your salah and all of these sort of things. One thing, remember what Rasulullah said, Miftah as-salah al-wudu. Sahih. Miftah al-jannah as-salah. That the key to your salah, your prayer, is your wudu, your purification, how you purify yourself. And then the key to Jannah is your salah. So when you do your wudu, do it in such a way that you are not only physically purifying yourself, but you are spiritually purifying yourself. Make intentions during your wudu. Pray the prophetic supplications at the beginning of your wudu, during your wudu, and at the end of your wudu. Learn those du'as from the sunnah, from the tradition of Rasulullah ﷺ, and you will find that once you become regular in this, you constantly do this, And you know, it may seem like a very small dua, a small supplication, but the benefits are so great. Once you become regular in this, it will become part of your natural habit. And if the sunnah, the tradition of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam becomes a natural habit within you, it may be that one sunnah that saves you on the day of Qiyamah.
SubhanAllah.
Think, one small sunnah, revive, what is the reward for reviving a tradition of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
100 martyrs.
100 martyrs. 100 martyrs. Remember, sisters, the siwak, the miswak is not only for brothers. It is sunnah for sisters as well. Sayyida Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu anha, the mother of the believers, she used to walk around with the siwak in her jilbab. Our mother Sayyida Fatima Zuhra radiallahu anha, whenever she walked, she always walked around with the hijab. She always had herself covered, but inside the hijab, she always had a siwak there. That used to hold the hijab together. A miswak, which used to take it out and use it. What happens to that salah if you make the wudu using a siwak? What happens to that salah?
Elevated.
Elevated. Your salah is elevated. Because when you did wudu, you used the siwak. Now remember, in the Hanafi madhab, you are not allowed to use the siwak once you stood in saf. Sahih? You know, when you're standing in saf, you do not take out the miswak and you use it and put it back in your pocket. According to the Hanafi madhab. In Ash-Shafi'iyya, you are allowed, because in the meaning of the hadith, that salah which is prayed with the miswak. So Imam Shafi'i says that we join the using of the miswak and then we start our salah straight away. Allahu Akbar. With Hanafis, the ruling is, you know, when you make the wudu for the salah, so during the wudu you use the siwak. And what is the sunnah way of using it? Let's revive this sunnah today, inshallah. From now on we will do it. Say inshallah.
Inshallah.
Louder, brothers.
Inshallah.
What is the sunnah way of using the siwak? Can you show me?
What do you think is me?
Come here and show us.
Is it this?
Oh, idhar aao yaar.
I might not know.
You might not know, but you'll know. Come here and show us. Let's see what's going on.
This is what I was taught. And you just obviously put it into your mouth, and you start with the right, and you do the right, and then you clean the miswak, and then you do the bottom, and then you clean your mouth, and then you just do it again 3 times.
MashaAllah.
Is that right?
MashaAllah. Barakallah. So you have the siwak, sahih, and you hold it like this. Sisters as well, watch. You hold it like this. Yeah, pick up your pens and yeah, go. Try it, go do that. Umar, just go like this to your hand. Bro, not like that. Yes? What is the length of the siwak? What is the sunnah of the length? Finger, yeah? From your thumb till your, should be at least that big. Sahih? So you can hold it properly. And once you hold it, you need to make the top part a brush. How do you do that? You bite it, yes? And you know when you spit it out, try not to spit out that part of the miswak in the dustbin or in the gutter. Bury it. Or put it in a place where you know where people aren't going to walk on top of it, because this is the sunnah of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So treat it with respect. Yes? And as Mr. HMC mentioned, 3 times on your right hand side, 3 times on your left hand side. But what is the tartib? What is the sunnah way? You start, you hold the miswak there. Top right, hold it there. Sahih. You can find this narration in the Shama'il of Imam al-Tirmidhi. This is how the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to use the siwak in his holy mouth. You go back once, and then you come back. And then the bottom, you go back once and you come back. And then the top